I really need my haircut.
Hello, YouTube! This is Critical Failure, and my name's Edward Burns.
I'm Brandon Wynn. That was... I'm kind of disappointed it didn't hit me in the eye, to be honest, because that would have been perfect. It's like when you get a 19 even instead of getting a 20, and you don't have like the perk or whatever it
like
is.
One of the class features where you
get a
19.
Yeah, it's like boop. It's like that thing that I saw on no, it wasn't for Overlord. It was for Logan. I saw like the ending scene where he dies, and the guy just like throws him on the tree, and the kid just shoots his head and just like kind of gets a corner. It's like that was a perfect 19. But yeah. That's basically what it is. Anyways, to get off
what are we talking about today?
Yeah, we are talking about the last Yugoloth in Mordenkainen and Stomophoes, the Yagnoloth, as what I'm going to say. He said something completely different.
I said Yagnoloth.
Yeah, but usually that would be a fucking N before the G.
I don't care.
Yagnoloth. Hag, that would make sense.
I don't care how it's
pronounced. But anyways, this
boy
boy is naked in this, which makes no sense because it is described as being fully cloaked. But he obviously watches way too much internet porn.
Yeah, it's like when you have that awkward boner in high school and you need a book to cover it up so you can walk through the hallways.
It's like that scene from Family Guy when Quagmire finds internet porn. He's like, I've been checking out that internet porn, but I'm just going to go check my mail. It's like fucking large ass arm. But I kept making like our last video when we first tried this, kept making references to Borderlands Psychos because the badass ones have like that tiny shriveled up arm.
Oh well, you didn't make a reference to Borderlands, but we talked about
I kept saying Psycho.
I don't remember.
I remember. Part. But yeah, I talked about how Franklin Pierce, if I'm correct, Franklin Pierce, I think that was his name. One of our presidents was supposedly had this genetic condition where his arm was like more degenerative.
The guy played Radar.
Yeah, the guy who also played Radar was supposedly had it. That's why like he usually held a book over one of his arms. That's what I was told. But yeah, like this guy is like just why? It makes no sense. He has bat ears? Like, what the fuck? Like, bat wing ears, I should say. But anyways, the Yagnoloth. You go, because you did it the first video.
Shit.
I started the video.
It's a large fiend. Technically, I started the video when I hit you. But it's a large fiend. It has an armor class of 17. Natural, so it's just its body. So you can actually strap up armor on this and beef it up even more.
You can make it wear plate armor.
Yeah.
It just like... No.
It has HP point of 147. Its speed is 40 feet. Strength is 19 plus 4 modifier. Dex is 14 plus 2 modifier. Con is 21 plus 5 modifier. Intelligence is 16 plus 3 modifier. Which we thought was kind of like low from the way they described this because it's like an expert at making contracts and rules and all that.
We've also acknowledged the fact that the way we roll stats at 16 is kind of not necessarily low. Like it's a good stat.
Like, for everyone else it's high, but for us it's kind of like Yeah, it's okay.
It's like 14, 15, 16 are like the numbers.
Yeah. It has a wisdom of 15 plus 2 modifier, and it has 18 charisma plus 4 modifier. Saving throws are Dex plus 6, Intelligence plus 7, Wisdom plus 6, Charisma plus 8.
That means that it would have a plus 4 proficiency modifier.
Yeah. It's generally going to be pretty good at, like, passing, like, against spells with how high its, like, saves are and the saves it has. Because most, like, things require Dex save and it's pretty decent. Skills are Deceptions plus 8, Insight plus 6, Perception plus 6, and Persuasion plus 8.
That creature had no fucking thing. Like, he could not touch Kylan Voss stealth. Kylan Voss stealth was what? Like a 22?
Yeah, it was broken.
I had my character so broken that he had like a 22 to stealth. And that wasn't even including if I just like rolled for it. It was just immediate. And you were just like, no one can find you. You want a stealth? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, and then you started being
that's
like...
when I handed out magic items, and none of us knew how magic items worked.
Yeah, and like the cool thing was that like it didn't necessarily break the game either. It just made me super fucking OP because I kept going for 2 stats specifically: sleight of hand and stealth. Nothing fucking else. So I was being a dick on that end, but I would like to say like the only real cool magic item that we had that you had given me was like the Bone Devil armor of sorts. Like I basically used parts of the bone and like put it around my leather. I think it was. I used leather
Yeah,
armor.
you had like above that.
Yeah, and I used it kind of above it, and it gave me like
Intimidation.
it gave me +3 intimidation. No, +2 to intimidation, and then I had fire resistance, and that was really cool because we discussed that.
Its damage resistance is cold, fire, lightning, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical weapons, which is a lot. Like a lot of creatures have that basic thing.
I can't be
later on in the
hurt
game.
from you. Yeah, and it makes it more terrifying on for like because you know it's like up until level 5 you're like considered common, like commoner's folk or like a folk hero.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like in that standpoint, it would be really cool to just be like, you only have normal weapons, like magical weapons are way out of your pay range. So it's just like you go to hit it and it's just like, you fucking what, mate? And it's like, oh fuck, we fucked up. So you're basically having to cast spells at it. And which even that's kind of fucking useless.
Yeah. It's immune to acid and poison, and it doesn't get the condition of
The way
being
that
poisoned.
you said acid. I thought you were just gonna stop at it's immune to ass. And I was like, what?
Yeah, just look at it. You think ass is gonna like distract this man? He's like, I don't need ass.
I need your soul.
Yeah, I have giant arm for a reason. I don't need ass. His senses is blind sight 60 feet, dark vision 60 feet. Its passive perception is 16. Like all Yugoloths, it speaks abyssal, infernal, and psychically communicates with you for 60 feet.
I don't remember hearing that. Did anyone else hear that in the party? Did anything else talk to you in your brain?
Yeah, it's just like, hey boy, you want to see a big arm? And it's just like John
Quagmire.
and Lauren. It's just,
It's just like, you want to see a big arm? Fucking even more checked. You want to see 2? Yagnoloth is like, never mind. Boy, about to whoop my ass. That's like,
when Big G
that's like
shows up.
that was like my lizard folk who was way fucking better. Had 4 fucking 20s and just like swole fucking
Yeah,
lizard
it's a
folk.
wizard.
Yeah, it was a wizard. It had a natural 20 in strength, natural 20 con. I think it was charisma, and no, it was wisdom and intelligence, but he had shit charisma and he had shit dex, so he was just like swole motherfucker just walking around like, I'm gonna eat you. And like that cool thing with that campaign was like, I was supposed to be like the evil character of sorts. Like I was just trying to become a lich.
Yeah.
And then you were just like good boy of sorts.
I don't remember actually playing. I just
We
remember
never
the
played it.
character
We just
concept.
wanted to like be complete opposites, and we kept making jokes that I was your bodyguard and your thing, and I kept saying that I was a good guy, but in reality I would just go around fucking trying to raise the
I
dead.
have no idea what character I wanted to make for that.
I think you were trying to make like a good cleric, but you didn't want to take healing spells, but you were going to take at least one for like just the role play.
Oh yeah. I think I wanted to be Death Domain, probably. 'Cause I really wanted to try that. Never got to. Anyways, back on topic. It has innate spellcasting. It uses charisma. Its DC is 16, and it can cast the following spells at will: darkness, detect magic, dispel magic, invisibility, and suggestion.
I suggest you to shut the fuck up. Good suggestion.
Yes. 3 times a day it can cast lightning bolt.
When you really hate that one motherfucker, it's like that. It's like, remember when we were playing the Colin Ball campaign? Or the Heisen campaign? Like, I was looking out at the Kraken was like, you know that blood hunter right next to you, the dwarf? Fuck him. Yeah! You just kept fucking him.
Yeah, you got hit like 3 times.
Yeah, and then, like, he was
And
almost dead.
Earlier, he had his hand broken by a shield guardian.
Yeah, and, like, the funny thing was, is that, like, I think the way that you played it was, as soon as, that happened, we switched to Prescott's side.
Yeah.
And Prescott saw the bolt of lightning, and he was like, someone got fucked up. I feel like I know who. And all he heard was a scream. And I found it really funny, because, like, my character was purposely staying away from his for some reason. Because, like, I had a group of blood hunters, I just did not trust them around fucking Roland.
Yeah, but you also brought them into his house in the first place.
That was not expected. I think that was before I brought them into the house.
No, that was after, because Remember the
Oh
dwarf
yeah,
was in the house and
because some of them were broken. We said not to kill them, but he said, "I did not kill them. Only brutally maimed them." They're like,
yeah, you told him like don't let them out that room, and they did something, and he punished them for it.
oh yeah, because I told him that, and Roland was like, "That's kind of fucked."
It has magic resistance, so it has advantage on its saves against spells and other magical effects. It has magic weapons, so any weapon attack it makes are magical. Which I always kind of find weird whenever I see that with like creatures. So like, oh, so you can just pick up a random like sword and it's magical, but when I pick up that same said sword after I kill you, it's no longer magical.
Yeah, like you discussed this with me, where it's more like you think it's like a preset type of thing, but I was like, no, it doesn't say that. It's just I just like thinking that it's just essence does that.
No, I already knew it wasn't preset.
Yeah, but like
I knew the creature did it, but I also thought it kind
like
of
we've
lame
talked
for
about
a lot of parts.
like you said that
some
it should
creatures
be
like a fiend or a demon and whatnot. I can see that.
Yeah,
but like some of the other creatures.
I remember we were talking about it on one other video, and then we stopped, and afterwards we were having a conversation. You said it would probably make more sense to like have it as a loadout. Like,
yeah,
magical.
I would just give him a magic weapon if I really wanted that. Like,
you know what I think would be really cool? Something that was in 3rd edition and before. I'm not sure if it was in 4th. We have never played 4th, or if I actually paid attention to 4th, as most human beings. I think it'd be really cool to bring back like the +1, +2, +3, plus and like more from that. It's like because like I don't really see a +1 besides.
longsword? Like they have +1 weapons.
I mean, like it's
it's
like +1 to hit, +2 to hit, +3, but it's like
that's...
resistance to such things. It's like you have to hit them with like a +2 or higher.
Oh, okay.
Is what I was.
Higher quality.
Yeah, you have
magic item.
Yeah, so it's like you're facing like Asmodeus, and it's just like you have a +1. You're like, I'm gonna fuck your shit up, and you go to hit his ankle and it just breaks, and he's just like. Did you really think that was going to work?
Or just like a blood droplet just falls on you and it turns into a pit fiend and it just goes and you die.
No, as it's falling from him, because he hurt himself, he just like kind of fucked with his nail. It turns into a bit like a pit fiend, crushes you, and you're just like, and all of your friends are like, that just, like, it literally just formed. That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I'm so powerful that my blood will kill you.
Isn't that like an actual thing? Like his
yeah,
blood
like he's constantly bleeding, and they say that it spawns pit fiends. That's how powerful.
He's constantly bleeding because he's just male menstruating.
Oh god.
He's just constantly stuck on the toilet pissing.
For its actions, it has multi-attack. It can make one attack with its massive arm.
Quagmire.
And one electrifying touch. Or it can make one massive arm attack and teleport before or after the attack.
I just want to think of him teleport. It's like One Punch Man. You know how like whenever he usually punches, it's like he blurs and then it's like him connecting in a slow-mo? I just imagine that, but instead, it's like he's there and then he just like... It's like... There is, like, in games, like I was watching Oxhorn's Fallout 76 beta playthrough. One of the animations, the door was closed and it just went it didn't even swing open or anything. It was just closed open. And he said that you need to fix the animation. I just want to imagine, like, he teleports and then he's already on the ground. Like, there is no, like, bit of time where he was actually up. He was just on the ground, collapsed, and his arms over him, like, bitch. That's what I like to imagine. Like, stupid, funny bits like that.
For its electrified touch attack, it's a +8 to hit. It has a reach of 5 feet, and when it hits you, it deals 68 lightning damage, which is quite a bit.
Yeah, I remember we had an argument
about
this because it was slightly heated. Like you were multiplying by 2, but I was doing the 68.
Yeah, you're doing it by dice, and I was just like,
and
it's times 2 the average damage because normally average is half.
Yeah, and I was like, so how did it go above the average? Because like you multiplied everything by 2, which makes sense. And I went by the dice. The dice was 48, but it was actually 54 multiplied.
And then you asked like, why did it end up like that? And then I explained that like, because sometimes like when you have dice, it's not an even number. It's like half of something.
Yeah, and I was
like the half of like a D4 is actually like 2.5, which is weird. But like when they break down the math, that's the average is in between 2 and 3 of what you're about to roll. So that's why it's the 2.5. So it just kind of makes the math weird.
You didn't even say math. You said meth.
I'm pretty sure I said math, and you just heard meth.
I heard math, definitely. We'll see it. It's at 14:53. I have to see this.
I don't care if I'm...
It makes meth weird. Make meth great again.
But its massive arm attack is a +8 to hit. It has a reach of 15, and it deals 3d12 +4 bludgeoning damage. And the creature has to make a saving throw, 16 Constitution, or be stunned until the end of the Yugoloth's next turn.
Yeah, we were talking about how like this should actually be making it prone.
Yeah,
and, like
because I assume just getting hit by massive arm would knock you prone.
Yeah, it's like unless you're like I would have it like if you're a size smaller than it or like smaller, it's gonna knock your ass prone. If you're a size larger, it is not. It's like because I would assume like at that point you're fucking as big as that arm at that point. So it's like, what the fuck else? It's like I think a troll is like a large.
Yeah, and then I think the dire troll is huge.
Yeah, so it's like a troll would probably get hit by it and remain on its feet. It's like that hurt. Regenerates.
Like that tickled. It has
fucking turns into force damage.
Life Leech, and it touches one incapacitated creature within 15 feet of it. The target takes 78 +4 necrotic damage. The Yugoloth gains temporary hit points equal to half the damage dealt. The target must succeed on a DC 16 Constitution saving throw, or its hit point maximum is reduced by an amount equal to the damage taken. The reduction lasts until the target finishes a long rest. If the target's hit point maximum is reduced to 0, it just dies. Which
I just think no, this is like it's on track with the Yugoloths. I just would like to think of like an army going against a couple like of these Yugoloths. It's like a couple of these guys, maybe just one a Yagnoloth, and then a couple Oinoloths. There's no Mordenkainen. There's a couple Hydroloths, and then a lot of Dargoloths are just going, just like spinning in their arms.
Let it rip.
Yeah, and then it's just like no Canaloths because fuck Canaloths. It's like when just in case they're about to die, it's like no.
It's like when the Yugoloths are like, man, this is going bad, let's just teleport out of here. It's just an army of Canaloths show up and just like, no. And they just sit down. They don't even do anything, they just sit down just to be a dick.
They're like, run away! It's like, no, we have to run away. And then they're like already surrounded. They're like, oh, they have the magic weapons up front. But yeah, I just imagine like these guys giving their fellow Yugoloths, and Yugoloths specifically, I would say, like advantage. Oh, fuck.
Well, since you said that, let's move on to the next ability. Battlefield Cunning. It's a recharge ability, and it recharges on a 4 through 6. And up to 2 of its allies within 60 feet of it, if they can hear it, they can use their reactions to make one melee attack. So it can kind of do it, but it's not advantage. But it's still like leading people.
Yeah, I just think that advantage would be really cool because it would just make sense because like how I was discussing with you was they're speaking in.
Yeah, but with this wave, there's more attacks.
Yeah, but the last thing is just teleporting within 60 feet of an unoccupied space. But like how I was discussing was like they were speaking in like their native tongue or whatever they want to speak in or telepathically, and they're just like doing battle plans. And so like the way that it's advantage is like they start like going around another person, and like we talked about how they could throw off like another character or like a couple of them by making them believe that their attack plan is one way so that it can give them disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
And then it's just like darkness. And then they're just yeeting themselves out of there. So the Canaloths are just like, even though they have like blind eyes, they're just like, eh.
Yeah, I really like that idea. I came up with it of them just like they'll say one thing just to fuck with you, but they're mentally communicating with each other. Like,
I'm just imagining the worst game of phone call. It's like attack the one in the very back with the spear, and then it's like attack the one in the very front with the spear, attack the one in the very side with the spear, and they're all retarded. So there's that one who's hyper intelligent,
and he's just like.
He's really smart, but he just doesn't know how the teleporting works or telepathy. Telepathy. There's two things with tele, you know. So it's just like he's just like he looks behind him. He's like telepathically, just like what the fuck were the original orders? Because they're saying all completely different things, and they forget this is like a radio frequency.
And then there's just that one motherfucker in the background, like, do you speak deep?
Kyla and Voss on the side of Yugoloth. Do you speak deep? Do you speak deep? Shut the fuck up. Do you speak deep? I'm taking that as a no, big arm. Hits Kyla, and he's just like, did you forget I'm level 17? You're fucked. All of you are fucked. And he just fucking takes out his sword and just... Does he have resistance to gold?
Gold?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he does. This is one of the first
Oh,
ones.
you said cold. I heard gold. That's why I was like, what do you mean gold? Because
No,
I
cold.
know like some creatures are weak to silver.
So, technically, they can take normal damage from silver. It does not state that they have resistance to it.
Yeah, but unless if the silver weapon's magical, it will still be considered non-magical.
Yeah,
so the damage will still be half. Unless if it specifically states that silver weapons overcome the resistance, it doesn't.
Never mind.
But for its last ability, it can teleport 60 feet. Any equipment it's carrying or wearing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I find the design of this creature kind of weird.
Yeah, they could have. I guess the reason why they were showing it
naked.
I'm assuming the reason why they showed it like this is so like you can see the big arm because like you know how they describe they hide it.
Yeah, you could have just drawn it with like showing the arms. Anyways,
it's just like it looks like Orin from Final Fantasy. It's like his arms like retarded arm.
Even with a cape, I don't see how you could hide that thing. That thing is long.
I think it was magically imbued.
No, that's just naturally how big their arm is. Well, that's why they covered up. They're large. They're large fiends. So
is it large up to 15 feet?
I think so.
He could just be 15 feet tall. And
his arm almost like touches the ground.
Well, in this photo, like he's also
the reach right here is 15.
Yeah.
Because the massive armor tech has a reach of 15, so he's just like bing.
Turns out his arm is literally just the size of him, which makes no sense because it looks like he's not even standing up straight.
Yeah, he's just like, oh man, I'm so tired of like, just cut it off. It's just a tumor.
It turns out the only reason why he has massive strength is because he has retard strength. B. That's the only thing you can actually say in common. B. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the video. Please like and subscribe. Do you have anything like for homebrew at the end of it?
For homebrew,
I think we. What was your barbarian's name? With the big appendage that did like 2d8 and bludgeoning.
Oh, that was my first character. It was Xanthios, the tiefling barbarian. Because
tiefling? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was tiefling. It was tiefling with big dong.
I just imagine this thing happening like the exact opposite.
Yeah,
sure, it's like that. That's why he has a book in front of it.
His dong did like what 2d10 damage, I think, or something.
A large amount of damage for it. And like that, wasn't it you that got like attacked by something while I stabbed Granny in the face?
What happened? No, I remember. You stabbed her because my character was away. I don't think anything happened, but there's a point when I grappled someone with his massive dong, and it was like, yeah, I'm holding him down, and you fucking critically failed your attack, so you stabbed my character in the dick.
I remember that like entire thing because it was like you started seeing some shit in the water or something like that because we were playing Skyrim World, and we were like near Solitude, like in the marshlands between.
It wasn't really a Skyrim World. It was using the Skyrim map.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah,
and like
people wanted to.
I would have. But my character was like, I think I was playing as a paladin or something like that. And like the fucking person was like, you want some cookies? And Prescott knew that it was like all a joke. And
that was me because I stated like, because she was reaching for something. I was like, I bet it's like nothing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, but you were like, stab her in the face.
Yeah, it just looked wrong. And I was like, I knew deep inside, I was very split on this. I was like, it's either going to go really good or really bad. And so I was like, killed her. And Leslie was just like, there was nothing wrong with her. She was just reaching for some cookies. I was like, truck it outside, put it in the fucking water. I was like, that's not existing anymore.
Yeah. You guys like loot her stuff, and I think Prescott got like a cloak that water didn't touch him, so he like walked through the bottom of the lake.
He just puts it on him and just goes, whee!
Yeah, and I think he found something. I forget what. I want to say it was a meteor like thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, that was.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, that was well over 2 years ago. Anyways, yeah, this is actually the end of the video. See ya.